Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the morning. 15 minutes to change your life, which is Heichaltzu. Okay, so now we're going to start Parak Ches. So we're tracking through this. We're going, and as we go and as we build, we'll start to have clearer pictures of the understanding of things and how we see these ideas in our lives. And that's what also we're going to discuss now. So page 60 on the top. In the previous chapter, the Rabbi Hashem emphasized how differences need not lead to division, as we've been discussing at length. Instead, the development of each entity's particular qualities can enable the realization of a more complete and integrated whole. As I explained before, that everything adds. And it's like the simplest example is like in the army. Not everyone has to be the same, but everyone has to add their own distinct qualities. As he emphasizes in the lines that follow, this is the result of the quality of bittul. By contrast, the knowledge of evil is characterized by yeshus, self-concern. This leads to separation and ultimately strife. And you have, and constantly the way the memory goes is that Rabbi will talk about ideas on different levels and ultimately bring it down to the practical level. Not that the other levels aren't practical, just you have to realize that what happens in this physical plane is not just something in the physical plane and that's it, but it's happening on multiple levels. And really it's sourced from those deeper levels. So all that we said above, you can take people and different opinions, but still have this unity, come together and this is a true unity. All this happened only in Kedusha. Because by holiness there's bittul. There's bittul, like we've discussed before, the feeling of not the non-feeling of separateness. Bittul is a feeling of connection, of closeness, of oneness. And this is the reason for the unity. By skalus and coming together, joining together, the synthesis. Which is not so, but the which is total separation. It's a separation from the yeshus. And this is sort of the ikar difference between the two. That when it comes to Kedusha, when it comes to bittul, and this is the beauty of bittul, when you have bittul, when you put yourself, that you think about yourself not just as your own distinct entity separated from everyone else, but you as a part of a whole in the group, and that you're part of a bigger, larger group in a mission. So then then another person you can connect with them. You have Yeshus, like we talked about before. The Yeshus is like the person that he says that everyone's stepping on me in shul, everyone is a problem. When you have Yeshus, everyone's a problem. When you have bittul, everyone is part of the beauty of life. This is at its source the difference between Toyu and Tikkun. The sphere is the Toyu, because the level of Toyu, I will rule. I and no one else. That I'm in charge. It's like a person comes into the room and it's like takes control of the situation, takes charge, not in a helpful way, but in a dominating way. That being kingship, like having this rulership, is the idea of yeshus and ispashtus. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because he says, "See, ana emlech dafka." But the problem that I will rule, but the problem is not that I will rule, the problem is ani v'le'acher. See, that's why he's saying, V'gam inyan hamelucha hu b'chnes yeshus v'yispashtus. V'zeu gam kim sibam masha bittul shalahem hai b'chinas v'ratz v'vad. So there is bittul, and also in Toyu there's bittul. But this is a negative bittul. Meaning there's a bittul that I'm a nobody, which is not a true bittul, not a good bittul, and there's a bittul that I'm so comfortable in myself that I have space for other people. And that's what he's talking about. See, ana emlech, ani v'le'acher. that I rule and no one else. Meaning, I'd rather the ship sink than someone else take charge. And this is the thing. That's the bittul. But we're talking about in ultimately in Torah, it's still it's a very holy spiritual level. We sort of make it seem that it's not like a negative place, but it isn't. It's just what comes out of it is negative. They're saying even there they have this bittul, but it's a ratzi bittul, meaning it's a bittul that I want to be with God. I want to connect to God, and it's all about me. And it's like people when you go to yeshiva seminary. I remember when I was in yeshiva years ago, there used to be like one of the biggest complaints people would have is that they get stuck by there's a mitzvah of Ahavas Yisrael, but in the same hand, like I don't have that much time in yeshiva, it's a bal tshuva, and like I have only a year or two. So I need to use the time wisely, so I don't have time to help other people. That's the ratzeh, that's the negative. Because the shuv, like he says, v'loi b'chin shuv, top of 62, v'loi b'chin shuv ki yadua mavur makmacha. The shuv, the ratzeh in shuv is the concept that ratzeh means like yearning or running, wanting to go up, trying to connect to God, and shuv is coming back down, meaning the neshama wants to be connected to God. So he has his ratzeh. When we daven, let's say we have a good davening, so that's sort of ratzeh. So we're going up connected to God. But the shuv is that we come back down. We realize that there's a purpose why we're here. As much as it says in the Neshama, that against the Neshama's will it lives. It doesn't want to be here, but also it doesn't want to leave here because it realizes what it's able to accomplish here. And this is the Ratzin Shuv, that the Neshama, and it's also like the sons of Aaron, not of an Avio, that they passed away, that they had Ratzah without a Shuv. They want to connect to God, and that's why they brought a carbon, an incense offering that wasn't allowed, because they were so wanted to connect to God, so they went away. But there was no Shuv. They didn't realize that they have to be in this world. Well, they didn't appreciate it enough. And that's what he's saying here, that a person is so involved within themselves, like their religiousness is so intense and so about them that they don't think about everyone else. And I need to become so spiritual, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. And you're in my way. It's like, you go to a 770 and someone's like, in your space, like, get out of my space. I'm davening. I'm learning. Like leave me alone. And if the davening learning is causing you to speak that way, then sort of you're missing the point. Yeah, v'hainu, meaning Yedua, Shvichinas, Ratzain Eino Bit Amiti. Ratzain, running, wanting to get close to God, it truly is not a true bitum. Meaning, and you think about it, it's a very high level again. Again, you're saying that I want to be connected to God, I want to be only connected to God. But if you have it just that way, then it's not a true bitum. It's bitter because you're sort of losing yourself in the process, and you're getting totally consumed by godliness. But he's saying that's still not a true bitum. Why? Because you feel yourself. The starting point is I. It's like Rabbi Hella from the Kollel, the Rosh Kollel, on Yutas Kislev, he also brings the whole day for bringing. People can ask him questions. And so someone asked him, he asked him once, he goes, should I learn? What was it? He goes, should I learn difficult Maimarim? Or should I learn easier Maimarim with the other people? Like should I learn more like a scholarly Maimarim? Or should I sort of, so to speak, waste my time with other people and learn simple Maimarim and help teach them? So he looked at the guy like he was confused about the whole question. The starting point of the question is totally off. He's saying, he sort of he said, you're making it sound like one part of Chassidus is more important or more chashuv than the other part. And also the whole point of Chassidus is to have Ahavas Yisrael and to help someone else. So why wouldn't you go teach the other person? Like it's not like the way you made it sound, like I can either do this good thing or like do a nevach thing. That's what he's saying. Ultimately, also when you're doing the shuv, also you could be helping someone that's all by yourself. It's like people give charity to people on the streets, like this new fad that you help someone and you take videos and photos of it. I'm not saying we shouldn't publicize doing good things. It's just sometimes you see that the person's only doing it for their own pictures and their own, with them make themselves look good. That's what he's saying. That you could do in the right, that it's a good thing, it's not a bad thing, but it's not a true bittul. So what is real true bittul? It's coming down. Meaning you want to go up. What do I want to do? I want to be in yeshiva all day, and I want to be in seminary, and I want to learn, and I want to relax. I want to do my own things. But I have, and it could be all good things. And I want to daven, I want to learn, I want to stay in 770, and I want to go back to seminary and live that life, and it's all holy, and I can daven for hours, and I can learn for hours, and it's all good. But if it's about God, it's also the shuv. I have to be back in this world. I have to come. I have to go to work, and I have to eat healthy, and I have to take care of my body, and take care of my neshama, and I have to care for my friends, I have to care for my family. I have to do all these things, and that's really what we're meant to be doing, and that's a true bittul. There's the bittul that comes from my own things that I want to do, and there's bittul that comes from what God wants from me. And Torah didn't have that. The level of yeshus. Meaning Torah did have bittul before he made it sound like Torah wasn't bittul. So he's saying Torah does have bittul, but the bittul is not a true ultimate bittul. And remember, Torah is a very high level. So we're not like, let's not diminish Torah in any way, realizing Torah is a very high level. Like the Rebbe said in the later years, the Rebbe said you should have Eresh to Torah and Kalim to Tikkun. You should have lights of Torah and then the Kalim of Tikkun. That Torah has a lot of energy, a lot of good positive energy. It just needs to be directed. And that's what we're saying. Torah was very yeshus. It had the shuv, wanted to get close to God, but it was a little too much in itself. And therefore they were like separate branches. They didn't come together. Because they all were dealing about themselves. And it's like when you go to seminary, you're busy. I'm sure in seminary they have people that they're busy doing all the good things, but there's something off about it. It doesn't feel right for you. And the reason is because of this, because they have the Torah. I told them myself that I have my 1 year in seminary that I have to do everything I can. I don't have time for you. I don't have time. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to speak to you. I have to do my learning. And I'm sure when it's Seder, you have to learn. But outside of Seder, you can care for someone. You can see how they're doing. You can, this is the shuv. You can care about other people and see how they're doing. Yeah, we'll continue on page 64 tomorrow, or whatever, the next class. Yeah, so something to think about is do I have, and also, let's talk about today, bits of, that is my bittul a true bittul, meaning and this is what we're sort of describing here. There's two levels of there's two sides to the bittul. The true bittul is not that I'm a nobody, it's that I am a somebody, and I'm a very important somebody. I'm a godly being here to do godly things. But on the same hand, I also have to have the shuv that just because I'm this godly being, I have all these godly things, so I'm not a nobody, I'm somebody. I have a good self feeling, that's what it's called now. But together with that, I'm thinking about other people. Because I'm so comfortable with myself and my importance of being godly, having an nefesh l'kis and doing godly things, and God put me here for a mission, so I'm able to think about other people. Of course, I have to take care of myself and make sure to eat properly and sleep properly and things like this. But I also focus on other people and see how I can help them, see how they're doing, and have that shuv and be in this world. And really, one of the biggest things, we're going to discuss this later, is true camaraderie. True camaraderie is not that what does this person add to me, but what do we all think to ourselves? How do we add to the community? How do we add to the community, whatever community you're in, the Chassidus or whatever it is, financial community and the big community, your family? What am I adding? What am I giving? And how can I help people? How can I make people feel better? And think about people, things like this. So we should think about this and see how we can apply that. Have a great Shabbos, everybody.